All right, here we go, and we are live. So, yesterday it was all about the Russia Ukraine conflict, and today it's different. Today, two companies are moving the market today, and it is Nvidia and Target. So, we'll talk about this and what's happening there. And you know what? With that said, welcome to Coffee with Markus and Mark. And today is Wednesday, November 20th. And in this show, we are going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. And Mark, today, I mean, look at the indices. Dow hanging in there, S&P and Nasdaq lower.
Yeah, trying to figure out where we go from here. And we see yesterday we shook off the uh, geopolitical tensions and rallied back, but today a little bit back and forth. And I think, of course, the focus this week is on Nvidia, but there were some other earnings that kind of rocked things a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, just to follow up on what you said yesterday, the scare about Putin rattling the cage and saying, okay, maybe we will use nuclear weapons, but then markets said, no, you won't, and moving higher. And today, yeah, I mean, just looking at our heat map here, we see that yes, it is all about Nvidia reporting after the bell, but then we also see there is Target. Target. Let's zoom in and let's see what's happening with Target. The SIG ticker symbol TGT. There we go.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie. I mean, whoopsie is right. Down 21% after reporting earnings this morning.
Yeah, and last quarter they had an earnings beat, revenue beat. This quarter, a huge surprise, big earnings loss, revenue miss, and I mean this is just a huge drop. There you have the headline there, cutting forecast. Now it was interesting because yesterday Walmart reported that things were looking pretty good because of discretionary spending, but Target says that softening discretionary spending is and cost pressures were behind this lower guidance.
Right, and now a little bit confused. Now, okay, what's going on here? So, did Walmart get it right? Because think about the retailers. It is basically Walmart against Target. I mean, when we talk about physical stores, that's what it boils down to, right? Because this is where both of them are very similar. Target always trying to attract more higher income shoppers, and it seems that Walmart's strategy of the race to the bottom in prices seemed to work out because Target tried to mimic Walmart here, reduce prices on thousands of items, and yet fails to attract shoppers.
Yeah, yeah. So interesting. And is this just a trend, and that lowering guidance is that something to expect from other retailers? And I think that's why, although the focus this week has been Nvidia earnings, investors were kind of shaken a little bit after this surprise.
Yeah, because now the question is okay, is this broad for consumers or is this a Target specific problem? And I mean, I must honestly say, when I helped Vivian move into her dorm room earlier, when was it? In September or so, we went both to Walmart and Target to buy a few stuff for her dorm room. And I mean, Target, it was kind of pathetic. I mean, there were tons of empty shelves, and we don't believe that these empty shelves were just because everybody was buying stuff at Target. They seem to have either some supply chain issues or some issues with people stocking the shelves. And at Walmart, we pretty much got everything that we wanted. So, yeah, the
Interesting.
question here really is okay, Target in trouble or is this retail in general? Let's see how Walmart is reacting to these news today. Walmart just shaking it off. Yesterday, making new all time highs, and right now on its way to make more new all time highs. I mean, up
Yep.
0.3%. So for Walmart, it's like, whatever.
Now there were some sympathy movers, Marcus. Dollar Tree, DLTR, the ticker. down 4% on the news. So investors thinking that this might not be isolated just the target. Dollar General also down. DG, the ticker,
Yep,
down
5%.
5%. And also Five Below, which is now kind of lumped in the same category. And we see five down 4.5%.
Yeah, I mean, this if you look at consumer defensives here, I mean, as I said, it's mainly the discount stores. So Costco slightly down, and as I said, Dollar General, Dollar Tree down a little bit. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Well, we'll see. We'll see, because we also had news from Home Depot and Lowe's over the past few days, and this were okay. Looked like where's Lowe's? LOW. Looks like consumers are spending a little bit less.
Yeah, yeah. Lowe's up a little bit, so it doesn't seem to have really trickled into Lowe's too much, but definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. And then today, the big day, Nvidia reporting earnings after the bell, and it is all about demand and supply for their new Blackwell chip, the chip for AI. And this is where, I mean, what's the name of the CEO of Nvidia? Anyhow, he recently said that demand for the chip is insane. So now the question is, can Nvidia deliver? Because I don't know if they have already shipped it or not, or just started. I mean, this is where all eyes on Nvidia today after the bell.
Yeah, big day, and this is the biggie of the week. So we'll just have to see what we hear, and more importantly, how investors react.
Yeah, and I mean, Nvidia right now really it is the largest cap company in the U.S., and so therefore, I mean, this is where if Nvidia this afternoon crashes, I mean, there's a ripple effect. I mean, first of all, what will happen there is if you go back to PowerX Optimizer, this will probably send the whole semiconductor sector down, because Nvidia stands for semiconductors and how the AI boom is doing. It might drag
Yeah,
down some other companies. And as we can see, if we just look into the Nasdaq, we see that here it is all sorted by market capitalization. Nvidia definitely a huge one. So if Nvidia takes a hit and gets a cold, I mean, if Nvidia sneezes, the Nasdaq might get a cold. Let's hop over to the S&P 500. A little bit more evenly distributed. Are they already in the Dow? Oh my gosh, they are already in the Dow. I couldn't. I know that they were getting into the Dow. I just didn't have the cutoff date there. And I mean, in the Dow, it's not by market capitalization. So in the Dow, it's the weighting by price. But yeah, this will be a big one.
sure, sure. So it's the move of the week. We'll
It's
see.
the move of the week, so you don't want to miss it. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow. Let's hop over to our trades and see what's going on today. We do have an exit. So IBM, an exit that a trade that we just entered when on Monday, Tuesday, yesterday. So it's a
Yeah,
one-day trade,
I love it.
and
Love it.
it worked out great because we entered just shy of 207, and then this morning. Um, I was able to get out at around 211.70. So nice $4 something gain.
$3-4 move. Yep, that
Yeah.
works.
Really, really nice. So right now only open ILM Illumina. I know that you were considering taking this one as an open below entry. Did you?
No, no, I'm old enough right now.
Yeah. All right, and no new trade. So, I mean, this means for us, we are flat when it comes to the WTF trades. Again, all depends on NVIDIA. We might see a few coming up tomorrow if NVIDIA disappoints. However, if NVIDIA says everything is good and we can continue this rally, we'll see. All right, hopping over to our wheel trades. And first up there, BP, a trade that you're in, and what's happening here? BP slightly down to this morning.
Yeah, this was a little unfortunate.
Yeah,
Seems to have found a little bit of a trend lower, looking for it to snap back.
yeah. Let's go back. Didn't they have? Oh no, the dividend payment or the ex-dividend was a few days ago.
Yeah, and so got back towards that. Tried to get back towards that pre-X state, but Halliburton, on the other hand, looking pretty strong.
Halliburton, yeah, I mean, it's really we have been talking about this. Halliburton, come on, go through the 31 level. Come on, this is kind of the perfect wedge. So let's break through. My break even at 31.79. My cost base is at 34.50. So let's do it. Let's just rally. Come on, little buddy.
That's I'm liking what I see, and even today, we made highs that we haven't seen since early mid October.
Right.
So just keep on moving.
Yeah. KSS Coles having a little bit of sympathy move this morning with Target. So Coles, I mean, kind of similar to Target. I mean, X food, so they're not offering food, but otherwise very, very, very similar. So Coles this morning breaking below 17, down 2.8%. Considering what's happening in the retail sector, I would say Target is still hanging in there. I mean, with Dollar General and Dollar Tree down 4 and 5%, it's okay. But I think right now the next catalyst here is for Coles November 26th when they are reporting earnings. That's when we can start rallying again.
That sounds like a great plan.
Yeah. And then we have Merck, and Merck this morning started strong and pulling back a little bit right now, still up 1%. But this morning, I mean, almost attacking the 100 level here. I mean, it was just up and away as high as 98.84, and now pulling back a little bit at 97.47. So, I mean, we'll see if we have found a bottom here and now can start the recovery and move towards my break even or the cost basis. But right now, nothing for me to do. But let's just draw a support line here and some arrows. This way,
Yeah.
Merck knows where to go.
I saw that there was a report Merck might be cutting jobs in China,
Nope.
and so
Oh,
normally that isn't good for employees, but it's good for the company to lower costs there. So looks like that might have contributed to this initial move.
all right. We'll see. And then UPS had a good day yesterday, and then today moving a little bit lower. And right now, we've talked about it. We seem to be somewhere stuck in this range between 130, 131, and 136. And this is the range that we have established today. Trading a little bit lower, down 1.6% at 131 at the lower end of the range. UPS also get ready to break out. Let's do this already.
Yeah, and I mean this is where it's probably a little bit of a combination of the S&P being down and also the retail challenges with Target. Just a little speculation there, but still in a decent range here. Support at 130, 131, and looking for this to move
Yeah.
higher. Just to be clear.
Talking about retailers, Chewy this morning making a move to the upside. One of your favorite companies. What do you know about this? Look at this, dodging the retail trend here and up being almost 5%.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, good for anybody that owns Chewy, and it seems to be a nice mover today after a double upgrade by an analyst.
Double upgrade by Bank of America. So, I mean, not just any analyst. I mean, it's Bank of America. So, this is why moving higher here this morning. Let's just zoom out on the weekly chart and see where we are at. Okay. So, Chewy has definitely been a pandemic winner. So, during the
Yep.
pandemic, soared from $20 to $120, then dropped right back to 20, and right now diddling along. So, yeah, good for you, Chewy. You like
Good
Amazon
for you.
better, right?
Yeah, yeah. I've avoided it during the pandemic. I thought it had the potential to collapse, which it kind of did. And hey, I'm rooting for anybody who invests in it. It's just not a company I want to own.
Yeah. All right. And well, let's see. We'll see what the markets are doing right now. And before we do this, we do have our dead jokes. I mean, yesterday was pretty bad. Are you stepping it up today?
Pretty bad. Marcus, if you went through and you read the comments to yesterday's show, there were two clear winners. One, me with my dad joke, and you with your background.
Yeah. It's so interesting, right? I mean, it looks like a brand new background. All I did is I rotated the desk a little bit. So this is
Yeah.
the wall that we always had previously. So, and I just rotated it a little bit to point into the corner. And yeah, suddenly lots of comments there. So, I mean, we'll see. I need to put a few things on the shelf. Need to put a plant there. But hey, before we look at the markets again, let's talk about our dad jokes. What do we got today? Since you're on a roll, apparently, give it to me.
So have you heard of Murphy's Law?
Yes.
Okay. How about Cole's Law? It's really just a bunch of cut up cabbage. I'm sorry, it's stupid. Cole's Law? Murphy's Law? Coleslaw?
Well,
It's
you're
horrible. I
cracking
know.
yourself up here.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So, what do you call an IT teacher who inappropriately touches his students?
Oh, God. I don't know, Marcus.
A PDF file.
No, Marcus. No.
All right, let's go back to the markets and see what's happening there. And we see that the markets are just nervous. So the S&P started where we closed yesterday, but then sliding right after the open. Right now, trying to make a little bit of a comeback, but can't do this. So the S&P, as we can see, still down 0.6%. The Dow kind of hanging in there, but also down 0.2%. The Nasdaq, very similar pattern here, and then we also have the IWM, and we see how nervous the markets are. The VIX right now skyrocketing, 11% up, trading above 18 after closing yesterday. Where were we yesterday? At 16. So I mean, huge jump, and it is really Nvidia seems to be more powerful than Powell and other earnings reports, and I don't know, probably, well, I want to say the election, because we see that the VIX, the fear index, was higher going into the election, but then dropped. I mean, right now, the highest it has been after the election.
Yeah. So some volatility getting priced into those S&P 500 options, which indicate investors do expect more price fluctuations to come and potentially take place. And we'll see if it continues to rise or not. It's good for premium selling, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Hey, so tomorrow will be big. The reaction to Nvidia earnings this afternoon. So you don't want to miss it. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the little notification bell. Hope that you enjoyed today's show. Give us a like if you did. After the show, leave a comment of who had the better dad joke today. And then, as always, please feel free to share this show. We really appreciate it. Share with anybody who might find this helpful. All right. With that said, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Happy trading, everybody.